All sorts of weird and wonderful stuff coming through. On the Ford side, when you get a really nice one come in, one that you can get really enthusiastic about, then yeah, they do very well. And from what I understand, there's 2 really nice ones waiting for us down country that we've got to go and pick up. Chances are there will be. I've seen some photographs. We'll see, won't we? We'll have to jump in the truck and go down and have a look. That's all you can do.
We all hankered for them back in the day, didn't we? This is what you used to aspire to, isn't it? When you were in the school playground, you know, pretend you were driving around in a Cortina or a Granada or whatever floated your boat. I thought, right, one day I will, and I have.
In leafy Leicestershire, Steve Perry is taking the chance to have one last hurrah in his 1981 Ford Cortina.
They may not drive ever so well, but they just turn heads wherever they go. You know, they don't stop, they don't go, they don't steer, but other than that, they're lovely. You take so much modern technology for granted, don't you? But despite being poor to drive, they still put a smile on your face.
Steve's Mark IV is high-end, gear-badged. It means plush seats and the whiff of a wood dash.
My father had a car like this, exactly the same back in the day. She's only done 9,000 miles from new. Factory fresh, almost, really.
Sorry, it's done how many miles?
9,000 miles, yeah. I just don't use it, and it's such a shame. It'd be nice for somebody else to use it a little bit, perhaps take it to 1 or 2 shows.
A gear-badged car was a very desirable touch of one-upmanship.
Interior-wise, yeah, we've got the old radio cassette there, got electric mirrors, which I think was unusual for a car like this, and she's got the old sliding sunroof.
And that's a do-it-yourself sunroof, isn't it?
It's a do-it-yourself, yeah, windy-handle sunroof. The thing that surprises me most about this car is the sheer weight of the bonnet. Obviously, modern cars have got crumple zones, but you really do need to be a bit of a gym fanatic to get that bonnet up. Very clean under the engine bay. You know, there's a lot of others out there that are in nice condition, but this car is literally unrestored.
Steve's also moving on his Mark II Granada in Cosmos Blue. A car that would have had its own space in the company car park.
We talked about the car that my dad used to have in the day. This is the car that his boss used to have. This is a pre-facelift Mark II Granada, but unusually it's got the 2.8 injection engine in. And of course, Regan in the Sweeney had one of these, albeit the sport one rather than the gear. I think that's what helps create the demand for these cars, you know. People get to their 40s, 50s, they have a bit of disposable income, and they think, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to have one of those because I remember one of those from back in the day, and why not? I've really enjoyed having them. They don't disappoint. Not me, anyway. The kids are embarrassed by them. They never want to go to school in them, but, oh, do we have to, Dad? Yes, because it's a nice day, I want to go out in it, but, yeah, no, they're lovely. I love them. If somebody's paying the right money for them, they can have them, but we're not going to be giving them away.
Dave, where are you going today?
To a very nice area to collect a couple of what sound to be... Hang on, we've got a Golf here that can't go off tarmac. So a lorry can go off tarmac, but a Golf can't.
So we might not be going anywhere
No,
today.
I might not be going anywhere yet. No, no. Yeah.
We're going to Loughborough.
So, yeah, down that way. To collect a couple of what sound to be very nice low mileage Fords. Cortina and Granada. I've got a gut feeling that we're going to be okay on this one. Yeah. Hey, up, old dog. How are you? Are you okay? Hello, me old mate. You all right? Poor old dog looks like I feel sometimes.
Dave gets straight down to business, and the Mark II Granadas up first.
It's a nice example of what it is. There won't be many better.
No, no, no.
I was approached by Corgi, and they've made a model.
Doing a model? No.
And with this registration number.
Have they?
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You've obviously got a good set of biceps on you, Dave, to get that bonnet up.
It's not going to stand there for long, though.
No, he won't. No, he won't hold it for long. Yeah.
No.
Dave, you're having a casual look round there, but what are you looking for?
Just general appearance, John, to be honest.
The Mark I Granada was a Zephyr replacement, and it moved Ford to the #1 spot on the executive car charts. The restyled Mark II appeared in '77, built in Germany, not Dagenham. The Cologne engine replacing the old Essex. It was top dog in the executive car park. The last Granada, the Mark III, arrived in 1985. A rebadged Scorpio, they call a Granada in the UK, with the high-end model still having a Scorpio badge on it. Well made, but all a bit confusing.
Yeah, you go a long way to find a nicer Granada, wouldn't you?
You would, I think so.
Yeah, very
And
much
if you
so.
thought that was good, come and look at the
So look at
Cortina.
Cortina. Yeah.
The ex-museum car.
Bloody good car, these are. Yeah. Learned to drive in one of these. I'd only be 10, 11, 12, I suppose. So I spent the weekend basically driving around in the yard. Yeah, and I remember my dad coming down and saying, "We just keep the dust down. We just keep the dust down." Yeah. And they go like the clappers. No.
These, you feel the speed, don't you?
Yep.
You really do feel the speed.
Yeah,
And the
7
seats are so comfortable, I find, in old cars as well. They're not designed with safety in mind, they're designed with comfort in mind. So it's like sitting in a velour armchair, isn't it?
Yeah. No, these were a good car. I remember doing cam belts on these when I was a kid. Yeah. As and when you remember. You know, nowadays, everyone's obsessed with cam belts, aren't they?
Everyone?
Everyone's obsessed with cam belts.
I couldn't even tell you where the cam belt is on this car.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what a cam belt is.
No. Yeah, he's not mechanically minded, Steve.
No.
No. Don't let him service the wife's car. No.
I don't know. It's not a bad idea, actually. If she's insured.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. I don't know which way to go. I'm easy and I'll be guided by you.
I'd be disappointed if either of them sold for less than 15.
Right.
I think there'd be 15 or a bit more.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't
I think
know.
if we peg them about there and see where we go,
Yeah.
I don't want to
If I could pull 30 out both cars,
Yeah.
irrespective of the split,
everything else. Yeah.
probably
fine.
be happy with that, to
Right.
be honest.
It's about as good a Cortina as you're going to get, and it's about as good a Granada as we hoped.
If you were after a Ford Cortina, would you consider that one?
Yeah, I would, because I could easily make that one of the best in the country. You know, you can restore a car to the end of the earth. They're never quite the same. They're just not there, you know. The soul's gone, I think. It's just not there, you know. A low mileage car is a proper low mileage car, and they're two lovely cars. This is the nice bit about the job, really. You can see why my father likes to get out, can't you, chasing these things, because that is the best part, meeting nice guys in some lovely surroundings with some lovely cars. I mean, if you're a car man, does it get any better than that, John?
The pristine Granada and its sibling Cortina are attracting admirers. And in the case of the Granada, a very special one.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing.
Keith, its previous owner.
I think I did about a couple of years. Yeah, good to see it.
Do you miss it?
Yes, but you can't keep them all, can you? Cars like this don't come across every day. I'm sure there'll be a lot of interest in it. I'd consider buying it back. Whether I could justify it or not, I don't know, really. But it's always nice to see them again. Lovely to see them again.
Nice car, isn't it? How long did you have it?
A couple of years.
Did you?
And Dave too has fallen for this fabulous Ford.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, they were the cheaper of all the Ford brands. People are starting to click on now that they are such good value for money, and they're starting to come up. And then when you get one like this, 29,000 mile Granada 2.8 gear. Oh, lovely car. I was lucky enough to go and pick this one up together with a cracking Cortina. I would go as far as to say, without doubt, one of the best Cortinas and Granadas that are on the market today. So it couldn't be any better, could it really? No. Two cracking cars from a cracking collector, cracking day, sun was out. It was one of those days, I'm morphing into my father here, aren't I? It's one of those days that that Dad talks about when he said, you know, it doesn't really get much better.
Where do you think it stands money-wise?
15 grand. That's where he's hoping, and I think he should be hoping for that. That's one of those cars that you can buy from 200 yards away, isn't it? And let's face it, the Ford Granada man, he will, won't he? Because he'd have already had the runaround, going looking at stuff at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000, and being unfortunately misled, no doubt, as we all were and are. And he'd driven home quite disappointed, I would have thought, on more than one occasion. He ain't going to go and drive home disappointed. In fact, he could drive home in that, couldn't he, with a big smile on his face? Yeah.
I've got you down for lot 136 of Ford Granada.
Now, this is one of two fantastic Fords. So the Ford Granada, which is probably one of the nicest Granadas I would suggest available today, if not in the UK, full stop. Fair bit of interest in the car. So £15,000 we've got, £16,000 at 16,000, 17,000, 18,000 we've got, 18,500. 18,500's gone, Sam. Do you want 18,750 is the next one? 18,750. Alan, 18,750. Alan's phone at 18,750. Was that a bid from the dog? 18, he obviously knows a good car. 18,750. 19 says Sam. You're back in, Sam, at 19,000.
19,500.
19,500. Alan's back in at 19,500 and 750. 19,750. Thank you for letting me know. 19,750. We all done. The most fantastic Granada at 19,750 and sold. Thank you for your bids, guys. Thank you. Well done.
I'm blown away by that. That is absolutely fabulous.
At nearly £5 grand over expectations, the Granada's on its way to Wiltshire with new owner Carl Walker, a bona fide Granada fanatic.
Well, I collect them. I've got, it's actually my fifth. It's a bit of a disease, I think. It's getting silly, but Cosmos Blue, yeah. That really is stunning, isn't it? That is a fabulous car. It was a motorway cruiser, it was a big, popular fleet car. I mean, how does it end up with 28,000 miles on it? In this condition, it beggars belief. Find another. Well, I say find another, I spend my life looking for them, and they come up so rarely, so rarely. I've got to be honest, it's better than I thought. It's wonderful. Certainly worth getting up at 3 o'clock to come and get it.
So it looks like the Granada has the perfect new owner. But what about the Cortina?
Just found a new home for the Ford Granada. So this is obviously the Cortina. Same quality. John, 9,000 miles on the Cortina. I think probably the lowest mileage Cortina available. Absolutely stunning. Where are we going to be on that? 12,750. Could be your last chance to buy this for 10 years. At 12,750. Well, I'm surprised. I thought it would do more. At £12,750 bid. At 13,000 and a quarter. Top shelf car. 13,500 and 750. At 13,750 14,000. At 14,000 and a quarter. 14,250. 14,500 and 750. You cannot go wrong. 14,750, £15,000.
250.
15,250. Thank you, Will. At 15,250 and 350 and 450. I'm going to put it on sale. 15,550 and 650. 750. 850. There we are. Are we all done? Thank you for your bids, ladies and gentlemen. Do appreciate it. At 15,850 and sold. Thank you very much for your bids.
So both Fords have found the right buyer, willing to spend decent money. Wonderful Wiltshire, a fitting home for a classic motor.
The most incredible thing about the car is the condition. There's no modifications whatsoever. The paintwork's original, the wheels are original. The tyres are 28 years old, which is testimony to the fact that it hasn't been used. Interior's mint. Yeah, she's a beauty. Special, I suppose, in one word. I mean, you just don't see them, do you? It's a very rare car these days. I'm proud to own it. It's like driving a magic carpet. There's something very special about Granadas.
The 1980 Ford Granada Gear's new owner, Carl Walker, is a very happy man.
It was exactly as I expected. I expected it to be perfect. And it didn't disappoint.
Carl finds Granadas very Moorish. He's got 5. It's a nostalgia thing.
My first memories of Granadas would go back to when I was about 8 or 9, when my father had one as his first company car. The collection started in 2015 when I saw the Solar Gold 2.8 gear. It was a wreck, but it was exactly the same spec as the car we had in 1979. Since then, I just haven't been able to stop myself, really. Diamond white 2.3L. I've got a Highland green 2.8 gear, oyster gold 2.8 IGLS. The latest one you know about. Right, we've got the original brochure for the car, January 1980. I believe that's when Cosmos Blue was introduced, so that's the same colour. Nice thing to have. And we've also got a Corgi model of this exact car, complete with the same number plate. So I had the model years before I bought the actual car.
Maybe you're always destined to have this car.
Yeah, you could be right.
Predestined or not, the latest edition is a perfect fit.
Unmolested examples are incredibly rare. It's virtually unheard of, which is why I've done my best to get this collection together, to be fair.
Is this it now?
Yeah.
Sure?
No. Hope so, I think so, but I don't know. Never say never.